Good afternoon. The state news. I am Adeniyi Adebayo. Wife of the state governor, Mrs. Titilola Adeleke, has warned members of the public to eschew all forms of gender-based violence against women and girls. Mrs. Adeleke gave the warning while addressing market men and women during a mega rally roundtable market in Osogbo, Osun State capital. She disclosed that anyone found wanting of harmful practice such as rape, female genital mutilation, child abuse, gangsterism, alcoholism, amongst others, shall face the wrath of the law, irrespective of status. The governor's wife rally against GBV, which started at Orita Junction to MDS Old and New Orisumbare, Ajegunle and Igbono, terminated at Osogbo Grammar School, where a lecture with the theme "Invest to Prevent Violence Against Women and Girls" was held in commemoration of the World Gender-Based Violence. The lecture availed the wife of the governor the opportunity to advise students to speak out in case of rape with a view to bring perpetrators to book. She enjoined parents to keep an eagle eye on their words, be their best friends to ward off unforeseen circumstances, noting that incidents dressing unwarranted commixing of both gender during party, drunkenness, among others, can trigger rape. She called on the young minds to prioritize their studies, do away with bad companies, and be a good ambassador of the society. The Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Information and Enlightenment, Osun State House Committee says the prayer of the State Ministry of Justice on the need for the state to have its own court of appeal will be given the needed support. The Chairman House Committee on Finance and Appropriation, Honorable Olumide Fatumise, and the Committee Chairman on Judiciary Matters and Public Petitions, Honorable Komi Ajibola, said it is imperative for the state to have its own sitting court appeal due to the insecurity and other related issues. Parliamentary reporter Oluwatosin Oladokun reports.
Ministry of Justice, High Court of Justice, Judicial Service Commission, Customary Court of Appeal, Osun State Security Network, and Amatekun Agency, Ministry of Local Governments and Chieftaincy Affairs were all at the floor of the House to present their estimates for the next fiscal year. Others have Local Government Service Commission, Osun State Independent Electoral Commission, and Civil Service Commission. Earlier, the Chairman House Committee on Finance and Appropriation, Honorable Olumide Fatumise, had reminded the appeared ministries and agencies on the need to work vigorously on internally generated revenue, while reiterating that 2024 budget is a revenue-driven budget.
The state budget defense presents a significant opportunity for us to scrutinize and assess the financial proposals put forth by the government. It is a moment to dive into the final details of the budget, evaluating its efficacy in addressing the needs of our constituents and advancing the development agenda of our state.
Speaking to the presented budget size of the appeals MDHs, lawmakers, including Honorables Adeyemi Adewumi, Tajuddin Adeyemi, Babajide Koforola, Abiola Awoyeye, Abiodun Ibrahim, Komi Ajibola, Taufik Olaiwola, among others, they emphasized the need for the Commissioner, Special Advisor, and officials who brought their budgets for the consideration before the House for the defense exercise to see how to improve on the IJR, while reacting to the prayer of the State Ministry of Justice on the need for the state to have its own court of appeal. The Chairman House Committee on Judiciary Matters, Human Rights, and Public Petition, Honorable Komi Ajibola, stressed that Osun State is ripe to have its own court of appeal if one considers the risk around traveling to Akure Court of Appeal to pursue litigations.
Court of Appeal site in Osun State is going to help the dispensation of justice and cases in Osun to give us good security, particularly our lawyers being now on our roads.
Having exhausted the number of the slated ministries and agencies for the day, the Committee for Finance and Appropriation thereafter considered the presented draft estimates. Oluwatosin Oladokun, Osbc News.
Governor Ademola Adeleke has been eulogized for extending health insurance scheme to retirees in the state, which the beneficiaries describe as the first relief package which commensurates their service to the public. A veteran health practitioner in the state Dr. Kayode Oguniyi dropped the hint shortly after featuring on OSBC TV Current Affairs program Newsmaker. According to Dr. Oguniyi, the scheme is a source of encouragement to not only the senior citizen but also the civil servants in the state. Imole Ayo, a sensitization program which promotes the activities of Governor Ademola Adeleke's administration on OSBC radio and television channel, takes the air tomorrow at 6:30 in the evening. Special advisor to the governor on market affairs, Mrs. Eniola Omotosho, is the guest on the program. Listeners and viewers can contribute by dialing the studio line when the program is live. The person whose photograph appears on the screen, Muhyiddin Sakariau, has been reported missing. A statement by the State Command Office Public Relations Officer SP Yemisi Opalola hinted that Muhyiddin left home for farm in Ifo-Osun, Ilobu on the 31st of October this year and has since not returned home. He lives at Okebale area in Osogbo and is about 5 feet tall, aged 24 years, dark in complexion with no tribal mark on his face but has speech impairment. Similarly, Ademola Oladosu left home on the 23rd of last month and he has not been found. Ademola, who lives at Begilere Okesoda, Ile-Ife, aged 42 years, is fair in complexion, about 5.9 feet tall with no tribal mark, and he speaks Yoruba language fluently. In the same vein, Kayode Olatubosun, whose photograph is displayed on the screen, left home on the 2nd of last month to an unknown destination and has not returned home. He lived at Anaye area, Ilesha, about 5 feet tall, aged 19, dark in complexion with no tribal mark but has speech impairment and can speak Yoruba and English languages. Also, Adetomiwa Ibikunle, whose photograph is shown on the screen, was said to have left home since 13th of last month and has not returned home. She lived at number 4, Ishokun area, Ilesha, age 64, dark in complexion with no tribal mark, about 5 feet tall, and speaks Yoruba language. The statement enjoins persons with useful information about their whereabouts to contact the nearest police station. And that ends the state news on OSBC TV. Join us at 5 for the evening news. Good afternoon.